Good morning to all the students of class 6. You are all welcome in the online classes. Today we are going to study lesson number 22, that is democracy and government. In this chapter we will know about what is the concept of democracy, what is the benefit of democracy, and the role of government. That means which type of governments. You have read in the previous chapter that we, the people of India, come from different races, regions, religions, castes, and speak different languages. In such a diverse society, different demands arise which are often in conflict with one another. Some people think that their problems are more important, so they should be solved first, whereas others may think that their problem should be given top priority. In such a conflicting situation, the positive attitude of live and let live is the best course to amicably settle the disputes and solve the problems. The democratic way of life, based on equality, fraternity, and justice, paves the way and prepares the citizens to mutually resolve the dispute arising out of the vested or varied interests. Be it a government office, a private company, a hospital, or an educational institution, conflicting interests lead to misunderstanding, rigid stands, and sometimes clashes. In such a situation of discord and division, democratic attitude of adjustment and accommodation is the best way to settle the issues. That is why India opted to form a democratic government. Now you have to know what is democracy. As you are viewing in the slide that India has a democratic government. Democracy is just not a form of government but is way of life. In the other word, we may see that it is the type of government in which the supreme power is vested in the people and exercised by them directly or indirectly through a system of representation. Uh, the ex president of America, Abraham Lincoln, gave the definition of democracy that the democracy is the government of the people, by the people, of the people, and for the people. Democracy is a system of government where the citizens of a country exercise power to rule the country, and it teaches us to provide equal opportunities to everyone without any discrimination. So, democracy is a form of government in which the people have authority to choose their governing legislation. It is a form of government in which the common people hold political power and can rule either directly or through elected representatives. So, all the powers in democracy vested in the hands of we people. Now, features. In democracy, everyone can share equal freedom in social, economic, and political fields. That means there is no any discrimination on the basis of caste, color, race, region, religion. To solve all problems through discussion, persuasion, and compromise, there is no place for coercion and violence in democracy. Democracy stands for gradual changes in society in the social, economic, and political fields. Democracy aims at social, economic, and political equality, and it maintains harmony and balance in the society. To root our authorization and dictatorship, democracy includes the habit of obeying the rules and regulation of the state. It helps in maintaining peace. It endeavors to solve the problem of poverty, hunger, illiteracy, and unemployment, the main cause of inequality in India. Probably the ultimate goals of democracy is the well-being of each individual as a direct and significant human beings. Now representative democracy. In a vast country like India, it is difficult to devise a method for the direct participation of the people in the governance of the country. Therefore, representative democracy has been adopted in India. Under this system, people elect their representatives who govern on their behalf. This means India is indirectly governed by the people through their elected representatives like panchas, municipal councillors, members of legislative assemblies, or member of parliaments. India is the largest democracy of the world, governed by a democratic government. A democratic government is a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. The people of India have the power to govern their country through their elected representatives who take decision on behalf of we people, and they make laws in the interest of the people and work for their welfare. Now, people's participation. Participation of the people in the election process of the country at various levels is based on universal adult franchise, which means all the citizen of India who has attained the age of 18 years and they have given right to cast their vote irrespective of caste, color, sex. Right to vote and to elect representative is given to all the adults without any discrimination. This forms the very basis of democratic governments at various levels in India. People's participation doesn't end even after the elections. It is also to be seen when government is formed by the elected representatives. In day-to-day life, people closely watch the activities of various departments of the governments and criticize also if required. They also guard their own rights and freedom given to them by the Indian Constitution. Now, level of governments. Keeping in mind the large extent of the country, vast population, and diversity of India, the responsibilities of the government have been divided into governments at three levels. They are the national level, second one is the state level, and the third one is the lowest level of government. Number one, governments at the national level works for the whole country and is called the central or the union government. The second one is the government at the state level works within its own state territory For example, the government of Jharkhand works only in the state of Jharkhand. The government of Kerala looks after the Kerala state only, and likewise. The lowest level of government is at the village level, which is also called the government at the grassroots level. The Gram Panchayat comes under this category. Okay, dear students, thank you.